Good afternoon and welcome to you from Ebbw Vale on a windswept, rainy, rather nasty afternoon up at the head of the valley. The going down there is bound to be rather difficult, but in Ebbw Vale and their guests this afternoon, Bridgend, we've got two sides who should be able to handle and operate well even under rather difficult conditions. Both sides occupying good positions in the Welsh club's unofficial table. Bridgend at present second, Ebbw Vale lying sixth. And both clubs too affected ever so slightly by the calls of the President's 15 playing down at Cardiff Arms Park. In Ebbw Vale's case, it means that Glyn Turner at scrum half assumes the captaincy for the day instead of Denzel Williams. Well, we get to know the rest of the teams as the game gets underway. Ebbw Vale then to kick off, and this is their fullback to do it for them, Malcolm Cross. Let's remember that Bridgend will be out for the Vale's blood. They were beaten by them at the Brewery Field a few weeks ago under floodlights, 12-6 after being up 6-3 with just a quarter of an hour to go. That day the Vale stayed the pace much better. Ian Evans then to throw in this first line out of the game for Ebbw Vale. Turner acting captain for the day for Ebbw Vale, testing David Griffiths, the Bridgend fullback, early in the game. Typically hefty Griffiths clearance. My word, that's gained a lot of ground. It's broad play from his own line, just inside the Ebbw Vale half. Number 6 for Ebbw Vale at the back of the line, David Finch. The Vale have won 8 of their championship games, including the victory over Glamorgan Wanderers we showed on this programme 3 weeks ago, and they lost 4 games. Line out offence, this will be a kick to Bridgend. David Griffiths coming up to take it for them. This is well within range for him, a few yards inside the Ebbw Vale half. Distance then about 50 yards. 2 minutes gone then, and David Griffiths going to attempt to put Bridgend into the lead. He's already scored 74 points with the boot this season, attempting from 50 yards. It's going to be short. Howells under it for Ebbw Vale. Clearance is into touch on the Ebbw Vale 25. So Bridgend have penetrated the Ebbw Vale 25. They of course are hard on the heels of my stake in the championship stakes. They've won 10 games, and just the defeat at Llanelli is a blot on their record. Their defeat by Ebbw Vale was under floodlights. It wasn't a championship game. Viv Jenkins trying to break away down the blind side for Bridgend, failing. Hands on his hips, there's John Lloyd, the Bridgend captain. Number 2 for them is their new hooker, Jeff Davis, just up from the youth side. It looked straight for me, but the referees allowed it. Good ball. Lynn Davis. Back row were there quickly. That's Glyn Turner failing to hold on to it. Kicked through by his opposite number, Wyn Jones, the diminutive Bridgend scrum half, and finally it's in touch on the Ebbw Vale 25. Seven men from these two clubs will be playing in the under-25s game, Monmouthshire against Glamorgan, which the Welsh selectors will be looking at as a trial for the Welsh under-25s game against Fiji. Wyn Jones going blind. Lynn Davis still in possession. Appeared to overrun the scrum half there slightly, but the referees let it go, and therefore the line-out is a few yards from the Ebbw Vale line. Number 7 at the back of the line for Bridgend, Gordon Collier. Number 6, Big George Patterson. Now Bridgend really wanted from here, but they haven't got it, and that's a clearing kick from acting captain today for Ebbw Vale. Number 4 and 5 at the line-out for Bridgend. Number 4, Howard Evans, who's won some youth caps. He's a try-scorer. Max Wiltshire, whom you'll see, number 5, wearing a headband. He won 4 caps for Wales back in 1967-68. 15 yards from Ebbw Vale's 25. They're doing well to hold these Bridgend attacks at bay. The kick ahead from Lynn Thomas. Good ruck there by Bridgend. Wyn Jones able to feed Lynn Davis straight. Patterson's there to help. That's Wiltshire. Interesting to note, number 1 for Bridgend, John Lloyd, is in the tight head position this afternoon. Number 3 on our side of the picture in the front row is Brian Jones at loose head. Ebbw Vale's ball on their 25, Glyn Turner to put in. Glyn Turner putting it in for Ebbw Vale. They wheeled. Now the point is, can they break? Yes, the number 8 Moyle broke beautifully there, forcing Lynn Thomas to cover and be caught. Both packs there quickly are binding round into the maul. That's Glyn Turner. Viv Jenkins going back for Bridgend to cover. Is he going to run? Yes, he is. Moving back towards his forwards. Still, he's run through them like a knife through butter. That's Lynn Davis that he's managed to feed on the outside. That's Wiltshire, number 5 for Bridgend, carrying the ball. Out again to Wyn Jones. Oh, great move. Drain is there, but the referee has seen the knock on a few yards from the Ebbw Vale line. A great piece of rugby by Bridgend. And the injury there is to little Viv Jenkins, who did a fine piece of covering there and initiated that move that so nearly led to a Bridgend try. And the scrum goes down then 5 yards from Ebbw Vale's line, but the hero of that move, the man who initiated it, little Viv Jenkins, Bridgend's left wing, has left the field. He hasn't gone to the dressing room yet, but Bridgend have taken Collier from the back row and put him on the left wing. Number 7 for Bridgend. And that's a relieving penalty for a front row offence to Ebbw Vale. Going to be taken by their captain, Glyn Turner, into the wind. And it's in touch, that's the main thing, not a long kick. "20 minutes into the game then. This line-out will be 3 yards outside the Ebbw Vale 25. Ebbw Vale pinned in and around this position for much of the game so far, but still the scoreline is blank. They've defended well. Turner, Grindle, missing out Grindle. Arthur Lewis is going to have to go down on it. He chooses to fly hack, and it's straight into the hands of David Griffiths. And this big 14-stone fullback's on the move. That's into the Ebbw Vale 25. Opposite number Cross has it. Griffiths has caught him. Howard Evans is there to help number 4. So's Brain, number 8. So's Patterson, number 6 for Bridgend. Wyn Jones, number 9, waiting for it. Bridgend will want to win it. So will Ebbw Vale. The ball is up in the middle there. But that's Brain with it, still moving forward. Look how well together the Bridgend forwards are. And a fortunate fly hack by Ebbw Vale relieves another quite desperate position. The front of the Bridgend line, number 2, their last season's youth captain, Jeff Davis. Now in the senior side, John Lloyd next to him, number 1, Wiltshire behind him. That's Lynn Thomas. Oh, that's a half break there by Lewis. Lang, Lynn Davis outside. That's Patterson on the scene for Bridgend, but the clearance was by Cross, the Ebbw Vale fullback. One or two glimpses now emerging of the Bridgend attacking machine, stretching the Ebbw Vale defence to the full. That's a good catch by Moyle for Ebbw Vale. Howard Evans failed to take it on for Bridgend. Howard Evans with a beard, wearing number 4. Also a youngster, 21 years of age, packing with the experienced Max Wiltshire in the engine room for Bridgend. The scrum is 5 yards inside the Ebbw Vale 25. Number 9 with the ball, the Bridgend scrum half, Little Wyn Jones. Llandilo-born Wyn Jones. Brain feeds Lynn Davis, the wing, coming in. See Lynn Davis apply his weight, 14 stone. That's Howard Evans applying his weight, number 4. Up with him is Patterson, number 6 for Bridgend. Desperate defence by Ebbw Vale. John Lloyd making for the line. He may have got there. It's as near as a whisker. Referee is having a look, and he's bringing them back. He says no, the ball was on the ground before John Lloyd crossed the line, and the scrum goes down just about as near as it could be to the Ebbw Vale line. Glyn Turner putting it in this critical position for his side. His kick has found Collier out here on the left wing. Collier on the move, finding Griffiths up with him, and Barry Lewis. George Collier down here wearing number 7 for Bridgend is going to have to stay out here, because we can see Viv Jenkins moving off to the dressing room. He was hurt about 5 minutes ago. Doesn't look as though he's going to come back. What a shame. The scrum is 10 yards from the Ebbw Vale line. Wyn Jones harassing Turner into a mistake. This is Lynn Thomas breaking back. Again, the Bridgend forwards are all there, but that's a good piece of work by big Peter Moyle, number 8 for Ebbw Vale. That's a long one to Patterson, but Glyn Turner is able to seize it and put in one of those long clearing kicks. A very good one too. Number 8 for Ebbw Vale, second from the back of the lineup. Peter Moyle is covering well this afternoon. Finch, number 6 at the back. But it's the men at the front who are doing the hard work this time. Patterson coming through very fast indeed for Bridgend, living dangerously, I'd say. And with 25 minutes gone, play is still very even, and this lineout is 4 yards from the Ebbw Vale 25. Big Lynn Jones, number 4, getting up well for Ebbw Vale. That's Howells breaking away. Turner into Lynn Davis's hands, the big Bridgend right wing, but he didn't make much progress. Looks to me at this stage of the game that with catching not very clean at the line out and handling not all that good in midfield, that the ball is thoroughly wet. Maybe the players will have to make up their mind which policy to adopt. There's a lot of fly kicking going on like that. Very profitless. So the scrum goes down again on the Ebbw Vale 25. So their captain for the day, Glyn Turner, standing in for Denzel Williams to put it in. Ebbw Vale wheeling again, but this time they've, in the attempt to take it forward, they've pushed it into the Bridgend forwards. Evans of Wiltshire breaking away. Bridgend ruck. Lynn Thomas. Patterson always with him, moving in his shadow. It's Little Wyn Jones. Wiltshire out there, finding Moyle, who puts in a fine covering kick, which does the trick and takes off the pressure for Ebbw Vale. Take a look at the Ebbw Vale forwards. Gedwin Williams, this new hooker, standing at number 2. Collier covering. Griffiths. Chased but beating Finch. Grindle. And that ball must be really difficult to handle when Brindle drops one like that. The referee has ruled that it wasn't forward. This is Ian Evans moving into midfield. Ebbw Vale forwards well around Turner. Tovey, this is Lewis, first real chance. He's stretched out. Harry has a chance, this new boy. He's going to get there, and he's turning inside. The opening score by young Ray Parry in his 4th game for Ebbw Vale has scored against Bridgend to open the score after just 22 minutes play. Well, the reason there, it was hard on Ebbw Vale, Arthur Lewis. It was hard on Bridgend. Arthur Lewis, Ebbw Vale's international centre, profited from Collier's inexperience, standing in on the left wing for Bridgend, drew him in and put Parry away down the touchline. This is Cross then to attempt to add the other 2 to that fine try by Ray Parry. 82 points so far this season, Cross, but that won't be 84. David Griffiths then to restart for Bridgend, trailing 3-0 now after the failure of the conversion attempt by Malcolm Cross. That's Arthur Lewis, number 13 for Ebbw Vale, who made the try by drawing 2 defenders onto him and putting Parry away. And Bridgend must be nettled by that reverse, because territorially they've had this game all their own way so far. Now then, here's Ebbw Vale. The forwards really showing spirit. They're elated by that score. All of them moving well together. Now they want the ball from the maul. This is the difficult part. It's smuggled beautifully. That was the young hooker, Gerwin Williams, working hard there. And the scrum is 2 yards inside Bridgend's half. It's going to be interesting from now on to see which of these sides can play the wet ball better. Ebbw Vale are showing glimpses that they're better equipped to deal with it on the ground. Wyn Jones. Griffiths going blind. Taken by his opposite number, Turner. That's Lynn Jones trying to break away for Ebbw Vale, wearing number 4. Ian Evans then to be the thrower in for Ebbw Vale, their left wing. The play is just inside Bridgend's 10-yard line. Cross getting under it for Ebbw Vale. Well positioned, a good catch. He's got Arthur Lewis outside him. Arthur Lewis loves to run straight like this and have a go at the forwards. Arthur Lewis, in a way, possibly made better progress there than by kicking it with the strong breeze in his face. Number 6 at the back of the line for Bridgend now is Patterson, in the absence of Collier, who's out on the wing replacing the injured Viv Jenkins. Wyn Jones, in Thomas. Again the kick, which is passed over Cross's head. What's he going to do? He's keeping him on the hook. He touches it down. And still Bridgend have yet to get these kicks judged properly with the breeze. Less than 10 minutes to go to half-time now, as Mike Brindle drops out for Ebbw Vale. Bridgend track closing around and driving that maul forward. 8 and 6 standing off for Ebbw Vale. Moyle and Finch making it easier for Bridgend to use this wedge formation of theirs to take the play forward, even though they're a forward short. Thomas. Lang. Turner. Tovey is up in front of the posts. Going to dribble over. Can he get the touchdown? I think he has. No doubt about that. 32 minutes. A cross kick from Glyn Turner, Ebbw Vale's captain. And Alan Tovey gets the touchdown. This is Malcolm Cross then, seeking to add the extra 2 points for that opportunist try by Ebbw Vale. He's right in front of the posts. This is a better chance than the last one to make his seasonal total 84. It's now at 82. No trouble. Ebbw Vale 8, Bridgend 0. And there it is at half-time. The home team, Ebbw Vale, leading the visitors Bridgend by 8 points to 0, having scored a fine unconverted try and a goal, all against the run of play. So, as Lynn Thomas, Bridgend fly half, prepares to start the second half, his side trail 8-0. Referee in the background, Jim Crow from Essex. He's on exchange, on the exchange system. Lynn Thomas kicks off. Ebbw Vale gathered round it very quickly, but they've conceded a penalty just inside their 10-yard line. Wyn Jones misses out Lloyd, finds Patterson. Davis going with it. Now the ball comes back, rucked well by Bridgend, and a good cover tackle on Thomas there by Graham Evans. Line out just inside the Ebbw Vale 25. Glyn Turner's clearance kick. And Ebbw Vale set to it to work their way down out of their own half. It should be a different story for them this half. Glyn Turner's relieving kicks can be carried by the breeze. That's Wyn Jones kicking ahead for Bridgend. Cross under it. Wiltshire moving on for Bridgend, number 5. Almost there. The ruck is about a yard from the Ebbw Vale line. And that was the result of a fine lofted kick ahead by Wyn Jones from scrum half for Bridgend. Max Wiltshire carried the movement on and almost reached Ebbw Vale's line. So this first scrum of the second half is 3 or 4 yards from Ebbw Vale's line. Turner putting it in. He has to dive as he's challenged by Wyn Jones. Scrum comes back to still 5 yards from Ebbw Vale's line. And the 2 front rows are having some fun there. Number 1 on the right of the picture for Bridgend is John Lloyd. Tight head this afternoon for a change. Bridgend holding it, trying to wheel. Number 8, Brain trying to get away. Wyn Jones feeding Lang. Patterson there. Number 8, Brain in the middle of it for Bridgend. But the Ebbw Vale forwards are beginning to get there as well as Bridgend. More than holding their own against John Lloyd's fine pack. And they'll need every ounce of their effort and strength here because they're right under their own posts, Ebbw Vale. And it's a Bridgend ball. This is where you watch for the dropout. Drop kick. Wyn Jones breaking though. A very complicated double scissors with Lang, who's up to the posts. That's Brain. Back to Wyn Jones. He's caught by Graham Evans and Finch. Bridgend trying to ruck it. They have. That was Brain feeding Lynn Thomas, who's dropped the goal. Only just, but he has. 4 minutes into the second half, Bridgend have reduced the leeway. A dropped goal by Lynn Thomas following a set scrum under the Ebbw Vale posts. 12 minutes gone in the second half, and still Ebbw Vale leading by 8 points to 3. At the front for Ebbw Vale, Gerwin Williams. Howells behind him, leading the pack. Lynn Jones behind him. Laurie Roberts. But it's a long one. It's Patterson. Moyle couldn't quite pick it up for Ebbw Vale. So it'll be a Bridgend ball with the play just inside their 10-yard line. Oh, a very fine heel.
new young hooker up front. Jeff Davis knows his stuff. Lynn Davis, number 14 for Bridgend, having to fall. This is Ian Evans. That's Turner, back into Ian Evans. Ebbw Vale forwards they're slightly first. They should be able to ruck it, but the referee has seen the knock-on. As the front rows go down. A big day for Lawson Jones in the front row for Ebbw Vale. He's playing his 30th game for the club. He gets a badge for that. Wyn Jones to feed the scrum for Bridgend. 10 yards inside their 25. A back row right on top of him, but he manages to get it out to Griffiths. Ross missed that one completely at Ebbw Vale's fullback. That's Collier for Bridgend, covering. Arthur Lewis is on him, Arthur Lewis. And my goodness, a great bit of covering by Barry Lewis, the centre for Bridgend. 21 minutes gone in the second half then, and still Bridgend trailing, down by 8 points to 3. Drop out. Lynn Jones, number 4 for Ebbw Vale, working closely with Laurie Roberts, his partner from the second row, number 5. Jeff Davis trotting up back to the lineup, number 2 for Bridgend. Had a bump there, he's going to be all right. So the throw-in takes place 10 yards from the Bridgend try line. That's Lynn Jones with a good jump, not quite getting it. Graham Evans having to tidy up. Howells feeding Turner from the front of the line.